Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be looking at what is quite possibly the cheapest slot car you can buy on the market new right now. It's a Scalextric car and I bought it in the New Year's sale for £15. Its normal price is £20.99. So you might still be able to get it for that sale price. I shall stick the link in the description below and check it out. But what we're going to do today is take a detailed look at this car and work out whether it's worth spending that money on it or whether it's junk. Then we're going to put it around the track and test it on our leaderboard against all the other cars for the lap time leaderboard and see where it places. I think you'll be surprised because it surprised me. So the first thing we notice is in a much simpler box than usual. It's in a cardboard box as opposed to the more familiar plastic box that the higher end Scalextric cars come in. Scalextrics have this sort of icon system explaining what the car comes with. This one has some icons on the top. First one is saying it's super resistant, so ideal for kids really. Second one is that it's got the quick release guide system, and the third one is it's got magnet traction. So yeah, not a lot else to talk about on there really. Just going around to the back, there's a super resistant one, magnet traction system, and then where is it? The easy change pickups. So yeah, that's all it's got. There's no lights on this car. There's no mirrors that are sticking out or anything like that. So it's going to be a pretty robust car. So once we open the box, we find that there are two of the easy change guides or pickups packaged within it, which is quite nice to have. And then the car itself, well, it's not actually a licensed car, so they've obviously saved some money in that regard. I would say it resembles a Dodge Viper coupe. I would say that's what it sort of resembles, but it's not trying to actually be that. So they've obviously saved some money there. Got things like the lights on the front and rear are just part of the livery on the car. There's no separate components there. Windows aren't clear. I think they are a separate component. We'll find that out when we get in there. And we've got some vents on the bonnet. But yeah, there's nothing really worth mentioning here. It's very basic, but then that's what you would expect. It's quite a comical livery on the car. Again, it's obviously not copying anything. It's just a theme they've gone with as a zombie theme on this particular car. I quite like the text on the front there saying "Driving Dead." That made me chuckle a little bit. Right, so let's open it up. Well, let's have a look at the underside first. We've got quite a nice diffuser detail there, which I quite like. We've got our body mounts there, and there. A magnet positioned just in front of the rear axle and quite low mounted. The motor here showing that it's an inline motor system. That bulge there is probably showing enough space for the rear axle gear, crown gear. We've got no easy fit for digital. That could be a hole there for the sensor should you fit it. So they've saved money there. That hole there is for the fixing for when it's in the box. Rear tyres are 9.5mm wide and fronts are 9mm wide. And there's our easy fit guide system. So inside, as expected, it's a pretty basic affair. We've got plastic gears, plastic bushes that clip in. There's a magnet there pushed out the bottom of the chassis. Posts for our mountings. Simple wiring system. So fitting digital is going to take some work because you're going to have to cut your wires, link everything together. But that's obviously where the money's been saved. And then on the front, it's just a push-in hole. It's got holes in the chassis where the axle's been pushed through. Now, something that was strange is when I went to take this apart, here and here was actually glued to the body. Now, I don't know why that is. The only thing I can think is it's to try and stop the magnet pulling the chassis down. Although it's quite a well braced chassis, to be honest with you. So I'm not really sure, but what I will do is when I put it back together, I'll replicate that so it shows what the car would be if you purchased it. In actual fact, that looks like that could be a glue line around there as well, but I didn't notice that when I took it apart, so not sure. But it was definitely glued there because I had to actually pull that off there and there. Underneath the car, very, very basic. There's our posts for mountings there and there. Bit of support for pushing down onto the chassis. And then this is our sort of glass area, if you want to call it that. Well, it's not, is it? It's just black plastic that's printed on the other side. These two posts here push down onto the axle just to stop that popping out. So yeah, it's a robust design, but it's a no frills design. Let's put it back together. I'll put the glue on there, and then we'll run it around the track and see what time it can get. This thing is planted to the track. It's just flying round. So yeah, this is going to be quite an interesting lap time, I think. You can obviously see that I had quite a nasty off there. That wasn't deliberate, that was an accidental off. And as far as I can tell, the only damage is a slight bend to the corner of the spoiler, and there's a bit of paint on the spoiler, on the corner of the spoiler there from the actual wall. But yeah, this is stuck to the track, so I think this is going to give quite a fast lap time. But what's nice is, obviously, because it is such a cheap car, that off, didn't care. Would have worried me on other cars. But yeah, let's see what it does lap time wise, and see where it falls on that lap leaderboard. That's just run a 3.5 second lap. What the heck? That's half a second quicker than the current fastest car, the Ninko Toyota Supra. I mean, obviously, the position of that magnet is helping a lot, but it doesn't feel like it's really strained on the magnet. Quite often a car that is running a magnet that's very strong and very close to the track, you can feel that when you're accelerating the car. Not feeling that with this car. So what does that mean? I mean, it makes it a very fast car. It makes it perfect for like novices, people that are less experienced, and to try and balance things out. For example, if you've got people that are racing that aren't experienced or they keep coming off, give them a car like this. You're going to have more fun on the track because you're going to be really struggling to compete with them when, let's say, a child or son, daughter, grandchild is racing this. They're going to have more fun. You're going to have more fun trying to keep up with them, and they're not going to be coming off every 5 seconds. So yeah, it's great. I'm really impressed with that. I can't believe that's just done the fastest lap time. Now, the next thing I tried is I thought, well, let's see what it's like without a magnet in it. And it's hopeless. I added some weight here and there to try and get it to perform sensibly. And after a bit of messing about, I got let me just check here, I think it was a 6.3 second lap. Just bear with me a minute. Yeah, 6.3. So that would make it the slowest car on the track. I think I could make that better, but I'm not going to get it way up there. We're in the sort of the 4 seconds really. The main issue with that is it doesn't have on the guide here, the angle that can go to is less than other cars I've got and other Scalextric cars actually. And that means that what happens is it gets a bit of a slide on, and then it reaches the limit of that, and then that pops the front out. So you could mess about with that. You could start grinding away bits of the chassis to get that to go further, but what's the point, you know? Just once you start messing about with it too much, use a different car. But for £15 at sale price, or even £20.99, I think this is a great buy. It could be a lot of fun for people that are less experienced. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I say, links for this down in the description. If you can use that, that'll help. That'll be great. And I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks then. Bye-bye.